Your brain is amazing. It keeps you alive, tells you when to eat, solves Wordle puzzles, and occasionally invents entire conversations you never actually had. But for all its brilliance, the human brain is also hilariously glitchy. Let's dive into 12 weird mental bugs that prove your mind is basically running beta software.
The doorway effect. You stand up, walk into another room, and immediately forget why you came in. You're just standing there, blank stare, channeling your inner Wi-Fi symbol. One bar, maybe two. This is the doorway effect, and it's real. Researchers found that physically crossing a doorway creates what they call an event boundary in your brain. Translation? Your brain goes, new scene, delete the last one. It dumps the previous mental context to focus on the new one, even if the new one is just your kitchen. Fun fact, walking back to the original room often helps you remember. It's like your brain is a game, and that room was your last save point.
The digital doorway. Now apply that glitch to your phone. You unlock it, open an app, and immediately forget what you were doing. You're just scrolling TikTok now with no memory of your original goal. This is the digital version of the doorway effect. Your phone is a pocket-sized distraction machine. One notification, and poof, your train of thought derails, crashes, and explodes into digital confetti. The more we multitask, the more these short-term memory gaps show up. Your brain's trying to juggle apps like flaming swords, and occasionally drops one on your toe. Time dilation. Ever had a near miss in traffic and felt like time slowed down? Like the whole thing played out in bullet time? That's time dilation. And no, you don't suddenly have superpowers. In high-stress situations, your brain kicks into emergency mode. It starts recording everything in high-def, high frame rate mode to maximize survival. Think of it as your brain switching from casual vlog to slow-motion action sequence. It's not that time actually slows down, it's that you're capturing way more detail per second. More detail equals the illusion of stretched time.
The Bader-Meinhof phenomenon. You learn a new word, say neuroplasticity, and suddenly it pops up everywhere. Books, podcasts, your aunt's Facebook post. You're not psychic. It's the Bader-Meinhof phenomenon, also known as frequency illusion. Once your brain flags something as important, it starts prioritizing that info in your perception filter. It's not the universe sending you signs. It's your mental algorithm turning new info into now trending. Basically, your brain just hit the follow button. Déjà vu. You walk into a new place and get this weird feeling, like you've been there before. Your brain whispers, "We've done this already." And you're like, did I time travel? That's déjà vu, one of the brain's creepiest bugs. One theory is that your brain accidentally files a new experience into your long-term memory folder, making it feel familiar instantly. Another theory? There's a tiny processing delay, and by the time your brain finishes loading, it thinks it already happened. It's like your consciousness hit replay before hitting play. Either way, it's weird, and it happens to almost everyone. False memories. Your friend swears you were both at that party in 2014. You're 100% sure you weren't. They have details. You have no clue. Someone here has a false memory, and spoiler alert, it could be either of you. Memory isn't a video recording. It's more like a Pinterest board your brain constantly rearranges and edits. Sometimes it fills in missing pieces with imagination, suggestion, or pure confidence. People have been convinced they saw things that never happened, even in vivid detail. It's not lying, it's just a bug in the system. Capgras delusion. Imagine seeing someone you love, your mom, your partner, and suddenly thinking they've been replaced by an identical imposter. Sounds like a sci-fi movie, right? That's Capgras delusion, and it's a real and rare brain glitch. It's thought to be caused by a disconnect between facial recognition and emotional familiarity. You recognize the face, but your brain fails to feel the connection. So it goes, clone. It's unsettling, but it shows how fragile the emotional side of recognition really is. Scene completion illusion. Your brain loves to save time. So when you see a sign that says fresh, your brain fills in the rest. Fresh bread. But wait, it actually says fresh beard. Now you're wondering why a bakery is selling grooming products. This is the scene completion illusion. Your brain uses expectations to fill in visual or verbal blanks. Usually it gets it right, but sometimes it's confidently, hilariously wrong. Tip of the tongue. You know the word. It's right there. It starts with a B, or maybe an M. You can almost hear it in your head, but can't quite say it. That's the tip of the tongue phenomenon, and it's frustratingly common. It happens because the sound and meaning of a word are stored separately in your brain. If they don't sync up fast enough, you're left in linguistic limbo. The word will pop into your head eventually, usually at the worst possible time, like mid-shower or after the conversation is over. Word substitution errors. Ever meant to say, I need groceries, but said, I need batteries? Or typed, I love lamp without irony? That's not just being tired. That's your brain making a word substitution error. Words are stored in semantic groups, meanings, sounds, even usage patterns. When you're distracted or multitasking, your brain might grab the wrong word from the group. It's like sending your brain to the pantry for cereal and it comes back with ketchup. Thanks, brain. That's definitely not what I needed. Inattentional blindness. You're looking everywhere for your sunglasses. They're on your head. Or your phone? Literally in your hand. You're not going crazy. You're experiencing inattentional blindness. When your brain thinks it knows what something should look like or where it should be, it filters everything else out. So even if the thing is right in front of you, your brain says, nah, not important. Basically, it hid the object because it assumed you didn't need it right now. Great for survival, terrible for mornings. Reading without processing. You've just read a full paragraph and realized you have no idea what it said. Your eyes were moving. Your brain? Absolutely not on the same page. This glitch happens when your brain switches into autopilot, processing the shape of the words but not their meaning. You can physically read without mentally reading. It's the literary equivalent of scrolling through life. No, you're not a bad reader. Your attention span just dipped out for a snack. So, yeah, your brain is a masterpiece. But like any masterpiece, it comes with smudges, shortcuts, and the occasional hilarious error message. From forgetting why you opened the fridge to inventing memories that never happened, these glitches are just part of being human. So next time your mind blanks, misfires, or mixes up your words, don't panic. You're not broken. You're just running the latest brain patch. Bugs included. If you've experienced any of these, tell me in the comments. And if your brain didn't forget halfway through this video, hit like and subscribe before it decides to crash again.